Good day, everyone. Today we will be presenting our study on the current operational system of Madrid Dental Clinic, starting with the background of the study and the identified problem. Madrid Dental Clinic is a family-oriented dental service provider that has been serving the Naga City community for over 30 years. Known for its professionalism, personalized care, and use of modern dental technology, Madrid Dental Clinic has built a strong reputation for delivering quality dental services in a close-knit environment. Despite its strengths, including skilled team of licensed dentists, advanced diagnostic equipment, and a loyal patient base, the clinic faces certain operational limitations. Based on our SWOT analysis and interview with clinic personnel, one of the most pressing issues identified is the lack of formal appointment scheduling and the patient record system. Currently, the clinic uses manual report based on method scheduling and client interactions. While this works well for a small community driven setup, it lacks the structure and efficiency needed for scalability, especially as demand increases and patient expectations evolve. Moreover, there's no structured feedback mechanism in place, which makes it difficult to systematically track service quality or patient concerns. This becomes especially important when viewed alongside growing competition, rising operational costs, and the increasing adaptation of digital technologies in healthcare. Without modernizing its appointment and administrative systems, the clinic risks falling behind both efficiency and in patient satisfaction.
For the problem analysis, we have used the Keep No Tree Go approach, which is the what, where, when, extent, and is not analysis. The clinic's problem is operational inefficiencies due to poor strategic planning and absence of a formal appointment and feedback system. First, we have the what. So, what is the problem? Is lack of an official appointment scheduling and patient feedback system. Could be, but is not a problem with clinical or dental service quality. Next is what object has the problem? Is the clinic's administrative and operational system. Could be, but is not the dental equipment or the clinical service tools. Next is what kind of problem is it? Is operational inefficient, unstructured, inconsistent, unscalable patient flow and feedback processes. Could be but is not a technical failure or compliance issue. Second, we have the where. So where is the problem observed? Is across the whole clinic, could be but is not confined to a specific department. Next, we have where on the object is the problem observed. Is at the front desk operations, patient records, and post-service engagement. Could be but is not within the treatment room. Third, we have the when. When did the problem first occur? Is present for years but worsened with rising demand and competition. Could be but is not linked to a specific policy or system change. Then we have what is the pattern or trend. Is worsening over time as demand and expectations grow, especially versus tech-savvy competitors. Could be but is not improving or stabilizing. And what is the extent? For is, we have affects all patients and staff, slow service flow, prevent proper feedback collection, and limits growth. Could be but is not isolated to one process or a few clients. For the problem statement, Madrid Clinic suffers from poor strategic and operational planning, resulting in the absence of a formal system for appointment scheduling and patient feedback. This leads to unstructured and inconsistent service delivery, customer dissatisfaction, and limits the clinic's ability to scale, improve, and stay competitive. Within this, the objectives of the study are the following. First is to analyze the operational inefficiencies resulting from the absence of formal systems for appointment scheduling and patient feedback. Second is to identify the underlying causes of poor strategic and operational planning within the clinic's management structure. Third is to evaluate potential technological and managerial solutions that can improve workflow, enhance patient experience, and support business growth. Last is to recommend an actionable and sustainable system implementation plan tailored to the clinic structure, capabilities, and future goals. The main issue at Madrid Dental Clinic, based on the data obtained from staff interviews, is poor operational planning, particularly the absence of formal systems for booking appointments and collecting patient feedback. This leads to disorganized services, inconsistent patient experiences, and growing customer dissatisfaction. Interview responses highlighted that the problem affects the entire clinic, especially the front desk, scheduling, and follow up processes, and has worsened due to an increasing number of patients and rising competition from more modern clinics. A key contributing factor, as mentioned by the staff, is the clinic's informal family run structure, where most tasks are handled by family members and only 2 to 4 non family staff are employed. This limits task delegation and makes daily operations harder to manage. Competitors now offer online booking, automated reminders, and feedback tools, placing the clinic at a disadvantage. More than just a lack of systems, the underlying issues is a gap in business management. The clinic is run by a dentist with limited formal training in this area. To stay competitive and improve service quality, the clinic must modernize its operations, define staff roles more clearly, and adopt structured management practices.
For the present and current flow of the system, we have Madrid Dental Clinic. The clinic operates through a coordinated system of departments and subsystems that work together to ensure the efficient delivery of dental services. The clinic's current flow begins and ends with the reception department. So, starting with the reception department, this is the initial point of contact. The subsystem includes the appointment booking, the scheduling, and as well as billing. So the flow of transactions, these includes the patient's call, message, or mostly walk-in to set an appointment. The receptionist confirms availability and logs the schedule manually. So for the flow of documents here, this includes appointment logs, client intake forms, and manual schedules are maintained at the front desk. So the system is informal and rapport-based, relying on walk-ins and personal interaction rather than using automated tools. After that, we have the clinical operations department. The subsystems are general dentistry, specialty services, dental assistant units, and infection control and sterilization. This flow of transaction is once the appointment is confirmed, patient files are handed over to the dental team for consultation and diagnosis and treatment. The flow of documents here are treatment plans, consent forms, and dental records are created. Notes are often written by hand or input in basic digital records. So for this strategy, this emphasizes quality and personal care through documentation and coordination, rely heavily on manual systems and staff availability. During treatment in the clinical operations department, we have the X-ray and diagnostic imaging department. The subsystem includes panoramic imaging, CBCT 3D imaging, radiologic technician unit, and imaging records and reports. The flow of this transaction is patients requiring imaging are directed here during or before the treatment, as mentioned. Imaging is processed and interpreted. For these documents, these are the digital x-rays and reports are printed or digitally stored, then sent to clinical operations. This strategy is about using modern imaging tools but lacks integration with a centralized patient record system. The next department is also connected in the clinical operations, which is the sterilization. The subsystems are equipment, sterilization, and hygiene compliance. This flow of transaction, after each patient, tools and environments are sanitized. This supports all clinical activities. Documents are the sterilization logs, and hygiene checklists are completed regularly. This adheres to strict infection control standards, but records are maintained and separately and manually. For the endpoint of the system, we are going back to the reception department. The subsystems include the financial instructions and payment processing. The flow of transactions is when, after the treatment, the patients return to the front desk for post treatment instructions and follow up scheduling and payment. The flow of documents, it includes the payment receipts, follow up slips, and the billing records are issued. Payment is processed manually or via simple cash-based systems. This system is family-oriented and reactive to patient needs, limited in automated billing systems. Based from the chart, we also have the supporting departments and their subsystems, starting with the administrative department. The documents here are the personnel files, internal reports, and clinical records. This is to ensure interdepartmental coordination, but currently lacks digital integration across teams. And next is the dental supply department. These are the transactions about procurement and distribution of the materials. This is the where we can find the documents in the purchasing of orders, the inventory logs, and supplier contracts. It operates reactively based on the usage with basic record keeping. So for the finance department, this handles the billing, payroll, and collections. The documents included here are the invoices, payroll sheets, and financial statements. This is budget focused with limited software automation. And next is the legal and compliance department. These manages the contracts, permits, and insurance. Documents included here are the licenses, insurance policies, and legal agreements. This is to ensure our regulatory compliance using manual tracking and updates. And lastly, for the marketing and business development department, this coordinates campaigns and events. Documents included here are the marketing plans, partnership agreements. This is focused on community engagement and referrals via MDC Care Connect, but still lacks consistency in digital outreach.
Moving forward, we have the stream diagnostic chart. As you can see, this presents the known issues and the problems that the company is facing in their overall performance. The identified problems are then grouped and categorized into four main categories, which we took idea from the general categorization of the stream diagnostic chart. These are organizational arrangement, customer service and experience, systems and operation, and finally the workforce structure. Overall, the current system of Madrid Dental Clinic is facing 16 identified problems. Under organizing arrangement, we have three. Those are the single point leadership, decision bottlenecks, and the lack of business managerial insights. Under customer service and experience, we have the long wait times, unhonored appointments, customer dissatisfaction, their preferred dentist not being available, and the unresolved customer concerns and complaints. Under systems and operations, we have inefficient appointment handling, the manual tracking of bookings, informal feedback system, and as well as the poor strategic and operational planning. And finally, under their workforce or their workforce structure, we have inefficient dentist rotation schedule, unmanaged appointment handling by the reception or the front desk, roles and jobs overlap, and finally, being understaffed. Now we have the elements of the stream diagnostic chart and analysis. The first, we have the symptom, the core problem, and the fundamental core problem. Among all of those issues that was mentioned, the most highly visible one is the customer dissatisfaction, which serves as the primary symptom of deeper and underlying issues. This only indicates that customer dissatisfaction is often the first observable sign that there are existing concerns within the clinic's internal processes and systems. Now, as for the core problem, that would be the clinic's poor strategic and operational planning. This issue drives a significant number of other problems within the system. And finally, for the fundamental core problem, we have the lack of business managerial insights within the company. This is known to be the root cause of almost every problem within the company, and addressing this would greatly improve the business's overall process and system. To continue down, next up, the main why for all the problems. As you can see, all the problems they point to one main root cause, which is poor strategic and operational planning. This only comes from the fact of the lack of business managerial insights within the company due to the bottleneck decisions because of the style of their leadership. So, the clinic's leadership lacks the formal business and management experience, which makes it difficult to build systems that are scalable and efficient for the entire company. To continue down, next up, the main why for all the problems. As you can see, all the problems they point to one main root cause, which is poor strategic and operational planning. This only comes from the fact of the lack of business managerial insights within the company due to the bottleneck decisions because of the style of their leadership. So, the clinic's leadership lacks the formal business and management experience, which makes it difficult to build systems that are scalable and efficient for the entire company. The findings in this analysis are based from the insights of the clinic's owner, who is also the acting manager. Instead of using formal data or structured feedback systems, the information comes mainly from their personal experience and direct interaction with patients. And this is also a problem that was seen within the company's process and system. At first glance on the surface, you can see that the clinic may seem to be running smoothly and efficiently, but as we look closer, we find many patient complaints goes unrecorded and unresolved. Most of these complaints are about the long wait times and their appointments. Currently, the clinic doesn't have a proper appointment system. Most patients just walk in, or if they want to make an appointment, they book it through Facebook messages, and appointments are manually logged by the receptionist. Because of this, walk in often conflicts with the scheduled bookings, leading to delays and missed appointments. Another common issue is that patients can't always see their preferred dentist because, aside from the proper appointment schedule, they also lack the proper scheduling system within their staff. The clinic currently has 4 dentists working on a rotational schedule, but there's no formal system to track or share their availability. This results in patients showing up expecting a specific dentist only to be disappointed. The clinic also has a small team, and staffs are overlapping roles. For instance, the receptionist handles appointments, customer service, billing, and aftercare at all once. This multitasking often leads to mistakes and slower service, making everything inefficient within the system. All of these problems points to one major issue, which is the lack of strategic business planning. The clinic is run by the owner, who, while he is a skilled dentist, has no formal training in business management. As a result, there are no proper systems in place to support the clinic's growth and efficiency.
Madrid Dental Clinic has built a strong reputation in its local community, but our study found that it's currently facing several internal challenges that affect both efficiency and customer satisfaction. The clinic lacks a formal appointment scheduling system, structured patient feedback, and clear staff roles. These gaps have led to long wait times, missed bookings, and staff being overworked due to overlapping responsibilities. At the root of these issues is the absence of strategic management. While the clinic is run by a highly skilled dentist, there's limited experience when it comes to the business side of operations. This has made it difficult to implement systems that would help the clinic grow and improve its services. To move forward, we recommend adopting digital tools for scheduling and feedback, establishing workforce planning systems, and providing clinics leadership with business management support. In conclusion, for Madrid Dental Clinic to thrive and serve its patients more effectively, it needs to shift from being person led to becoming a system driven operation. With the right structure and tools in place, the clinic can improve both its internal efficiency and the overall patient experience.